Bitcoin up a little bit on the day, still below the bullish bearish pivot line. So again, just got to be truthful in terms of where it is on the chart. Yeah, it's had a nice little bounce, but I did say this yesterday that it's still kind of lagging the S&P and the NASDAQ. Like if you were to put a NVIDIA chart over this, NVIDIA's had a much bigger move from those lows. Maybe not percentage-wise, I'd have to do the calculation percentage-wise, but it just had a much bigger move for what it is. All right, pivot line continues to be around 61,000. That would be if we got above and confirmed. That would be, okay, go bullish. That's the hardcore bullish side. Until then, I remain skeptical and a little nervous about Bitcoin potentially rolling back over if the stock market starts coming in again.
Bitcoin Zella stands out with its simplicity and clarity. We've crafted an experience that anyone can dive into, whether you're a crypto expert or just a new to the crypto world. Now guess who keeps his eye on us? The author of best-selling book Rich Dad Poor Dad, Robert Kiyosaki. And we want to take this opportunity and thank all the people who trusted us, and we read every comment. And the best part, it's free. Subscribing now means you will get all new information for free. Don't just follow the trends, stay ahead of them. Subscribe to Bitcoin Zella today and enjoy the new edge. In this video, let's discuss these topics and more.
Onto the charts and data for the day we go. The Dow Jones Industrial Average up 271 points. The NASDAQ up 177. NVIDIA again leading the charge today. Now, it is falling a little bit towards the end of the day, giving back a little bit of those gains. But for the most part, it led the charge. Tech across the board. And you can see it right here on the heat map, up 2.29%. A great day there, as did most of the other mega cap tech. S&P 500 up 0.75%, or about 41 points. Oil had a good bounce today. So it had a small bounce yesterday, got a little bit more momentum today, had a good bounce. I'm still looking to short a retrace to the scene of the crime. And then gold, big bounce today, guys. I think, again, the market and investors are smelling all these rate cuts coming down the pipe, and that's just making gold have even a bigger move to the upside. So new all-time high on gold. It's honestly been basically the best performing asset for at least most of the year, if not the entire year. Bitcoin, a little bit of upside today, so it's getting some momentum, but still relatively weak compared to this major move in the NASDAQ and the S&P over the last couple days. To put it in perspective, the NASDAQ's now up about 6% in the last 5 trading days. So that's a big move for in just essentially one trading week. Heat map again, guys. You can see that big cap tech over in this area, lots of green. As you go over here, generally green or gray. Gray, remember, means that it's essentially around the flat line, up or down 1%. But again, overall, a pretty broad-based rally today. Markets are cheering. We're just about to those rate cuts that everyone's been craving, honestly, now for years. All right, let's get into a couple of the charts here today. I do want to go over the S&P 500. Look at the tight range. I look at this and I really say to myself, man, is this computerized or is this real trading? The reason I say that is because you had this big dip initially. This was yesterday morning, right? Sharp sell-off. From that point on, look at how tight of a range the market was in the whole way up, right? I mean, even here, it's just been so tight that it almost looks like it's not human behavior. Maybe AI's taking over, who knows? But ultimately, it is what it is. I always say that to people. Doesn't matter if it's robots, doesn't matter whatever it is. Price action is truth. That's where the markets are right now. It just is what it is. All right, so again, very tight continued rally. Looks like we could be stalling a little bit up here, maybe a little bit of a rounded top. But ultimately, I don't expect a major sell-off, probably at least until next Wednesday. I think tomorrow being Friday, maybe some profit taking. That might happen ahead of the weekend. But I wouldn't expect, I'd be somewhat surprised if we had a 1% down day or more. I think anything in that range is just kind of chop, profit taking ahead of the Fed next week. And even Monday and Tuesday, assuming nothing happens over the weekend, it's unlikely we'd see a major sell-off until at least the Fed comes out and makes their comments next Wednesday at 2 p.m. Eastern Time.
While Bitcoin currently trades around $60,000, analysts predict a potential drop to $37,000. This correction could present a buying opportunity, especially for institutional investors. Bitcoin is trading around $60,000, but could fall as low as $37,000, according to some analysts. Glassnode's co-founder sees this as a potential buying opportunity, especially for institutional investors looking to increase their holdings at a discount. If Bitcoin hits these lower levels, large investors are expected to step in, building a strong foundation for another rally. Historically, price drops to key support levels have triggered increased buying activity. Despite recent volatility, Bitcoin is still trading above key technical benchmarks, like the 50-day and 100-day EMAs, indicating that a more significant decline may not be imminent. Bitcoin's price corrections are often viewed as chances to accumulate, with past dips leading to sharp rebounds once key levels attract enough buyers. While a drop to $37,000 may seem concerning, it could offer a strong support level and trigger another bullish cycle for Bitcoin in the long run.
Oil getting a good bounce. For me, again, I was short over here, covered it right around here, went a little lower. Now it's bouncing. I'm looking to re-short at the scene of the crime around 72 to 73. I will keep you guys posted if it gets back there. And should I take a position, I'll of course, let you guys know. Natural gas today, this was an interesting one. So you guys know that we confirmed, and if you were in the game plan this morning, I talked about it confirming above this trend line. What did that mean? Well, it meant that the probability favored a move up into this range. We just came to the low end of the range right there. I'm going to be actually looking for a potential short on this if we can push up and get towards the high end of this range. So we're looking at around 263, 262, a small short, because remember, they call it the Widowmaker for a reason. It's generally very volatile. So you don't go in heavy if you're doing natural gas. At least I don't. I start nibbling a little bit here, being ready in case it pops further to add to that position and maneuver. But the concept here is that you have an M pattern, right? And so we're now finally back to the midpoint of the M. It's called the A. And then in general in TA, that's where it leads to that next dive to the downside. So we'll have to see if it happens, but it's not quite high enough to make me jump in on the chart. Gold today and silver today, awesome moves. Gold today right to the high end of my parallel channel, even peaking above. Now, this is a big test for gold. Is it going to break and just go parabolic to my 2,660 level? Or is it going to pull back first and maybe retag the low end? I'm not sure. I'm going to watch to see what this does tomorrow. Does it confirm above here or does it get a pullback? Let's watch and see. Silver as well. Take a look at silver here, guys. Silver peaking above a downsloping parallel channel. Same thing. We're going to close above. Can we confirm? That's going to be the kicker. If we confirm, you probably go back to $32.50, which was your high pivot right over here, or this $32 level anyways. All right, couple other charts. I got to show you the palladium chart. You guys know I've talked about my favorite metal here based on valuation on palladium. Look at this breakout today. Love seeing this, guys. This thing has rocketed higher. And again, amazing move. It is going to confirm the breakout today. It may have a retrace to the scene of the crime, and then you look to see that next leg up. I think this goes to 1,200 and change, then probably stalls out for a little bit, and then eventually 1,500 does seem probable on the palladium chart. Platinum, not quite as big of a move as we've seen lately. It hasn't broken out. But then again, platinum is priced higher relative to where it was 4 years ago, 3 years ago, versus palladium's just been crushed and trading at the lows. All right, quickly back to Adobe here. I still don't see anything on Adobe yet. RH is also reporting in the after hours. RH still nothing as well. So that's just the nature of the beast. But again, Adobe should be out here shortly, and we will keep you posted.
Robert Kiyosaki, author of Rich Dad, Poor Dad, believes Bitcoin is poised for a massive surge. He predicts both Bitcoin and gold will rise significantly as the U.S. Federal Reserve pivots to rate cuts, urging investors to hold both assets. Kiyosaki remains extremely bullish on Bitcoin, predicting a price explosion as the Federal Reserve moves toward rate cuts. He believes real assets like Bitcoin and gold will see substantial gains. Kiyosaki calls the Bitcoin versus gold debate unnecessary, emphasizing that both assets will benefit from a shift in monetary policy. He advises investors to focus on profiting from both, rather than pitting them against each other. In a lighthearted remark, Kiyosaki suggested that Bitcoin and gold investors should soon prepare to debate which luxury car to buy as they reap the benefits of the next bull run. Kiyosaki has previously stated that Bitcoin could reach $300,000, driven by macroeconomic shifts and increased institutional interest. Kiyosaki's bullish predictions for Bitcoin signal growing optimism among investors as they anticipate the Federal Reserve's dovish pivot. If you've been with us so far, a big thank you. Don't forget to subscribe for free to Bitcoin Zella for your daily news. The link is waiting below. That's all for today's crypto news. Stick around for more updates, insights, and analysis on cryptocurrencies. Share your thoughts in the comments, like this video, and subscribe for more exciting content.